Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Director of Programming for WonderCon, Mr. Eddie Ibrahim.
Hey everybody, it's Saturday! Whoa. I yelled it off, I guess. I'm sorry. How are you guys doing today? All right, this is great. We have a great day lined up for you. I hope you're all very excited. I have to say I'm pretty excited about this one too, because this is one of the cartoons that I get to watch with my 6-year-old daughter, and she is a huge fan, and she is making me a fan of it as well. I don't know if she's out there, but if there are any She-Ras out there, I'm sure she would love to see you and get some pictures with you guys. So she's very excited for this, as am I. How many of you guys, I hope you guys out here are big She-Ra fans. This is a great cartoon, right? I mean, I think DreamWorks has been killing it with what they've been doing animated style, and I'm very happy that they're doing these things and can't wait to see more of what they do. So with that, I know you guys are anxious to get into this panel.
For the honor of Grayskull! I'm Dana Schwartz. I'm an entertainment writer, and I am so excited to be moderating this panel of the incredible show, She-Ra. So let's get started. First, let's welcome on executive producer and fearless leader, Noelle Stevenson. The voice of Adora and She-Ra herself, Amy Carrero. Catra, AJ Mashaka. The voice of Scorpia, Lauren Ash. The voice of Glimmer, Karen Fukuhara. Bo, Marcus Scribner. And Frosta, Merritt Layton. So I think before we get started, AJ, you're very, very good at hellos. Do you want to say hi to WonderCon?
Hey, WonderCon.
So that recap looked amazing. The song is going to be stuck in my head for weeks. So I just want to ask all of you, what has the response been since season 1 came out?
I mean, that theme song has been stuck in my head for like 2 years. So like, I'm glad that everyone else is finally getting on my level. Thank you. It's been so awesome. I don't know about you guys, but it's just been like, I mean, seeing cosplayers in real life, it never stops blowing my mind. I'm like, that was a drawing that we did, and now it's real.
It's always really nice. This is going to sound depressing, but it's always really nice to work on a show that people like. And like they want to watch. So it's been wonderful.
Yeah, it's been really neat. Like the reaction that people have had towards this show is really special. And I think for it to be a reboot of something that was so iconic, here we are again kind of establishing a new fan base. And it feels like it's its own thing, which I think is really, it's really cool. When we love what we do, so to be able to celebrate it with you guys is really neat.
Yeah, the fandom is amazing. The outpouring on social media the love has been like so cool. And I do have to just, this also may sound depressing. I had one dude write something negative, and it was about Scorpia, and I was like, people make fun of what I look like in real life, and I don't take it personally, but I took it so personally.
I'll kill him.
But what was amazing is it was a tweet, and I felt bad for about 30 seconds, and then all of the fans just dragged this guy. It was awesome. I've never been a part of anything with that kind of rabid love. It's amazing.
Karen, Marcus, and Merritt, did you have like favorite moments from season 1?
You know, it was the prom episode, and I loved the fighting / dance between Catra and Adora. That was awesome. And then I really liked the scene where Glimmer is talking to the sword, and she's going, for the honor of Grayskull, and like trying to get the sword to do what it's supposed to do, and maybe transform and do the cool She-Ra thing, but it doesn't happen.
My favorite moment from season 1 is probably any time that Bo got to say best friend squad.
Yes.
Which, I mean, it's probably countless numbers of times, but I have so much fun with the character. He's just a jolly guy, and it's great to play him. So just getting to hang out with Amy and Karen and tear it up in the booth is a lot of fun. So that's probably some of my favorite things from season 1.
One of my favorite moments, Karen already said it, is the fight dance, like the dip. Come on, it's like the dip. Yeah. Oh, and also,
I'm 11 3/4.
Yes. So cute.
So before we dive into season 2 clips, Noelle, would you mind giving us a brief recap about where we ended season 1?
Yeah, so we ended season 1 on a big battle. Catra gets a promotion and brings everything that the Fright Zone has to try and destroy Bright Moon and destroy Adora specifically. The invasion fails, but it definitely leaves a scar. Bright Moon is still kind of like getting repaired. The Whispering Woods are still frozen over. And Adora is really freaked out by everything that happened. So Catra is absolutely in her head at the beginning of this season. But Catra is sort of on top of the world because she's gotten this promotion. She's taken over for Shadow Weaver, and now she's at Hordak's right hand. So meanwhile, the Rebellion and Bo and Glimmer and all of the princesses are coming together to try and defend Bright Moon and repair the castle and the woods that have been destroyed.
So what we know about season 2 so far, it premieres on April 26th. It's 7 episodes because we've been getting slightly shorter seasons, but we get them quicker.
You get them faster.
Yeah.
Which is exciting.
Slightly more important. So Noelle, when we kick off season 2, what's happening in the Fright Zone?
The Fright Zone is, it's under new management, so things are a little different around there. Shadow Weaver's been deposed, Catra's moved up, but it's also, Catra's not fully prepared for everything that this job will entail. So now she has to impress Hordak, she has to, hold her position, which is like a hard position to hold. And she has the support team in Scorpion and Trapta, but it's also it's a pretty stressful job, so there's a lot going on.
Yeah. Amy, what's Adora up to when we start season 2?
she's like in a hole of despair, I think. No, I think she's going through like an existential sort of crisis and an identity crisis because Noelle and I were talking about this backstage, she's always been told what to do. She's been like the perfect soldier. And so now that she's in a position of leadership, I think she finds it incredibly difficult to be responsible for a group of people, let alone responsible for herself. So I think this is probably like the most painful stretch of episodes, in my opinion, that like Adora has as far as like getting into her own head, trying to figure out like where she fits in this world, what she can contribute to the world. And really what her mission is. So it's like a little bit of Adora torture in that way.
A torture?
A torture. I like
that. AJ, Catra is someone who doesn't like to lose. I get that feeling. But
not at all. We all played a game backstage, and I didn't want to lose that.
It was really intense. We were playing Zip Zap Zop, and there was like this part where like AJ's like, "You're out. Get out of this."
I was like, "Noelle, you're out."
Hey, I'm out.
So how is Catra dealing with that defeat at Bright Moon?
She's not dealing with it well. I mean, she definitely hits the bottom in regards to just how depressed she is when we see her in season 7. She's not doing great. However, she has made it up in the ranks. And I think she's going to become someone that is really an important counterpart to Hordak. And it's going to take her a little while to get there and prove, you know, how powerful she is to him. But we're going to see some competitive nature come out that is something we've obviously seen a little bit in season 1, but we're going to see that build more and more until she kind of hits rock bottom again, harder.
The bottom keeps falling out.
The bottom gets
Cats always have in their feet.
Noelle, we've sort of gotten glimpses of Hordak and how scary he is. Are we going to get more of him in season 2? And more importantly, his very creepy baby.
Absolutely. You know that creepy baby is going to be a major player this season. Am I telling the truth? Who knows? You'll have to watch and find out. No, we actually do. We learn a lot more about Hordak this season, and we get to see who he is as a person, which we definitely didn't see in the first season. And we get to actually see the inside of his secret lab a little bit more, and kind of what he's working on and what he thinks of himself. And there's a friendship that might happen in that case, and I will say no more about that.
Well, as long as we're teasing season 2, do you think you'd be able to give us a 2 truths and a lie type situation?
Ooh.
Are we allowed to do that?
Okay. I'm gonna think about this. Come back to me. It's gonna be really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I'm not allowed to do this, someone's gonna drag me off the stage really quick. I want
to think of some good ones.
Well, in the meantime, do you guys want to watch a clip from season 2? Let's do it.
That place has enough First One's tech inside to power a whole armada of robots. Forever. Oh, I want that!
Nice of you to drop in!
Switch things up. Keep them guessing.
We just need to capture one. Take the others out.
One bomb down, but 3 to go! Show to you, bot face!
Ooh, he is not recovering from that.
I can't look. Tell me what's happening. No, don't. Why can't you be what I want you to be?
Hey, Catra.
That's good.
Merritt, I'm loving those Mr. Freestyle puns we're pulling out.
Thanks. That's so nice of you.
So nice of you.
I'm sorry, I just reused it.
So, Karen and Merritt, what is the dynamic between Glimmer and Frosted this season?
Yeah, it doesn't start off great, does it?
No, I mean, Frosta is Glimmer's #1 fan. If there was a fan club for Glimmer, she would be the president.
Yeah, I mean, thank you. But I don't know, recording our episodes, I felt really bad because Frosta's so cute and she just wants to be Glimmer's friend. But I think in the beginning of the season, it takes a little bit for her to warm up to her personality.
Yeah, she doesn't really know boundaries quite yet, being a ruler since the age of 8 and all, so.
Seems familiar to anyone with a little sister.
Exactly.
Yes.
That would be, yeah, that would
Exactly.
Well, AJ, Catra is clearly already up to no good, but what is she after?
Honestly, at the end of the day, she's after the princesses, but I think in her heart, what she's really after is how am I going to complete getting my best friend back? And if that means, I mean, that's how I look at it. I think at the end of the day, it's not going to come off that way at first, but I think her heart is wants to be in the right place, and I think she's struggling because she's lost someone like Adora who she's grown up with and known her whole life, and now Adora has completely found another family. And I think that's really hard for Catra. So what she wants is some sort of alliance, I think, at the end of the day between the two of them, but what she really wants is to defeat these princesses who have kind of taken her best friend in her eyes.
And also the thing with, Catra and the way Adora used to be is, they grew up in the Horde. So it's like the last thing a fish can describe as water. It's not evil to them.
Exactly. She doesn't see it that way.
Amy, so what does Light Hope have Adora doing this season?
She's having her, and I think it's a mystery to Adora at first, or it may be always, the ways of Light Hope. She's having her do all these exercises that at first Adora thinks are honing her skills to really embody everything that She-Ra can be. And then in the end, it also ends up being sort of like a mind game, which is really interesting. And I think in this season we delve deeper into that relationship and how Mara plays into it. And it's all really super complicated, but it's made easy when you're watching it. But understanding the emotional push and pull, especially from sort of like a robot, where and she's doesn't really have this program, right?
Like telling her what to do, but not why.
Why? Yeah.
And the threat of washing out this previous version of She-Ra is always hanging over Adora.
Yes, and she just can't get a straight answer out of her. So she's looking for this season is answers, and she's not getting them.
Yeah, Noelle, how does Mara factor into Adora's story?
I think Mara is the ghost hanging over the whole story. We don't know much about her yet. We won't find out too much about her this season, but we will soon. I think especially for Adora takes it really personally, hearing that there was someone else who tried to do what she's trying to do and failed in this huge way and almost destroyed the world. And I think that's Adora's biggest fear, which is I am going to mess this up, and I'm gonna hurt people, and I'm gonna fail at what I'm trying to do. And it's she can't fail. She feels like she has to be perfect, or everyone will die. So
it's a really lonely place to be too. Even the way that you've created the world of her and Light Hope, it's incredibly lonely and really desolate. And I think at the end of the day, she's also missing her best friend, who she has very complicated sort of feelings towards because she's not doing the right thing, but she still has a lot of connection to her. So I think that's.
And I think because Adora always wants to do the right thing and see herself as a good person, to realize that her trying to be a good person actually hurt Catra and push them farther apart is another thing that she's kind of struggling with this season.
I think that is one of the strengths of this show, is that it shows gray area and moral gray area. Is that something that She-Ra and Adora have to deal with?
Yeah, I mean, we're all about gray area on this show. I mean, we have the sides, it's princesses, Fright Zone, but I mean, in between, there's all of these shades of gray of all the characters. Some of them are evil for very selfish reasons. Some of them are sort of forced down that path. Some people, they are fighting for the rebellion because it's what they believe in. Some of them are just this is what we do. All of the characters have light and dark within them, and so that's absolutely something we explore constantly through the show.
Marcus, a question about Bo. A thing with him is he works with all these princesses, but he's not a princess. What does his role sort of shape up to be in the best friend squad?
Let's make it clear, Bo is a princess. No. Bo is definitely, in season 2, he's coming into his own as the tech master of the rebellion. And I think that's definitely where he fits in as a support character, somebody who's you can rely on for moral support. But he's also the friend who's kind of like the jest. He's outwardly betraying all these happy emotions, but on the inside, he's also conflicted. He doesn't have complete confidence in himself as a tech master, being that Entrapta was the one who was doing it before, and I mean, come on, she basically has 4 arms, so that's you can't really beat that as a tech master. So he's trying to follow in her footsteps and figure out where he belongs in the group, but at the same time, I think he's a very strong character who's there as a moral and physical support. So
he wears his heart on his sleeve and his boots.
And his boots and his vest, so just everywhere.
So we do have another clip of Adora and Swiftwind. Let's take a look.
Adora and Swiftwind on an adventure, fixing a thing that Mara broke when she went nuts.
Swiftwind! Could you not do that?
Just trying to keep us entertained while we look for this watchtower. Any sign of it yet?
There's nothing here but grass. Maybe Light Hope got the location wrong.
I don't think she did. I definitely sense something here. Something ancient and magical.
Where?
I'm not sure. Perhaps if we were to combine our efforts, my intuitive powers might increase.
No, it's okay. I just have to keep looking. It's gotta be here somewhere.
I could be wrong, but I'm sensing something's bothering you.
I'm just really focused on fixing Light Hope. Like you should be.
No, you're troubled about something else. As your magnificent steed, I am attuned to your emotions.
Okay, can you stay out of my head, please?
I'm not in your head. You're just very bad at hiding your feelings. Is it about me?
I'm fine. And no, it's not about you.
Is it about Bo? Glimmer? Catra? The Horde? The crushing weight of your new responsibilities as a savior of Etheria?
Stop! I'm fine, I promise. Just let me think.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go do a few loop-de-loops.
Hey, Swiftwind?
What's up?
I think I found the watchtower.
So I'm pretty sure after that clip, I have a new favorite character. Noelle, how did you come to Swiftwind's personality?
Swiftwind, you know, I'm trying to embody this like horse girl persona, Adora. That I actually didn't grow up as a horse girl. I was just like a dragon girl. But like it's so much fun. Like it's like Swiftwind. He is sort of like. He's a teenager too in his own weird way. Like he like gets zapped by the sword and he wakes up and he has all these new ideas and he's like starting to think and he's becoming this person in a horse body. And he's so excited to be Shiva's steed and to like help her save the world. And he's really stoked on his new role. Whereas like Adora's sort of freaking out about it. He's like, yes, we are gonna do this. The two of us, we're awesome. And so that's where kind of there's this little bit of friction between them because Adora's like not feeling as confident as he is. But he's just like, he's a revolutionary, you know, like he can't wait to take the world by storm. Like, and his confidence is really important to sort of like fueling Adora and like keeping her on track.
And a sense of humor.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. He says everyone has horses, so, you know.
Oh, well, I was going to add, how would the show be different if everyone was a horse?
Would it be? I don't know.
Spin-off.
Welcome to the evil horse, run by Horsack.
Karen and Marcus, Glimmer and Bo go on a little mission to go confront Entrapta. Can you sort of talk us through what that is like for them?
Yeah. I mean, it's super difficult, obviously. Being that Entrapta was once a member of the rebellion and one of Bo's idols. He idolizes her above anybody else. Obviously, her being one of the greatest tech masters, just like of all time. So going to confront her and finding out what she's doing for the Horde is super difficult for Bo, and they're definitely both conflicted on the matter. I think Karen can definitely speak to more of Glimmer's aspect on Entrapta's relationship with the rebellion.
Yeah, so at the beginning of season 2, I think we don't really realize where Entrapta is.
Mm-hmm.
And when we soon realize what she's actually doing, we go and look for her, and we go on a quest to go look for her. And I don't want to give too much away, so let's say that things do not go as planned.
Well, I think that's a good setup for another clip.
Any sign of Entrapta in the castle?
Nothing. And as usual, that place is impossible to navigate. Ugh.
Hello? Hello? Please tell me you're on your way back.
I need backup! Entrapta's new invention has lost it!
Pod number 437 seems to be having some sort of existential crisis! Stand, boy!
Pull it together, Kyle. You're fine.
Stop it! Please! Why are you doing this to me?
Entrapta, she's really alive.
And they're hurting her.
Wait,
Where is she?
Glimmer, we gotta get out of here now!
Get them!
Wait, isn't this where we started?
Ugh, I hate this place.
I see the rebels sent their finest.
Wake up!
What did you just do to me?
Get back! Oh! We took a hostage! We're supposed to be the good guys. Maybe we should just let her go and...
Let her go? Did she let us go? No! She let the Horde torture us.
Yeah, because she's a bad guy.
Listen, we didn't mean for this to happen, but it did. And now we should use it to our advantage. We're taking you to Bright Moon. If your people want you back, they'll have to give us Entrapta.
Entrapta? Who's that?
We know you have her! Where is she? What are you doing to her?
Glimmer.
Oh, Entrapta! You mean the princess you left behind to die? Don't worry. We're taking good care of her.
An accidental kidnapping.
Yes.
AJ, it feels like Catra's sort of getting more in touch with being bad. So she's, I feel like, super different from other roles you play. How do you tap into that character?
Honestly, it's all about the writing. I think what Noelle has been able to create in regards to these characters and the arcs that we're able to fulfill each season is really what brings me as an actor into a role genuinely. I think it's the writing. It starts with the writing, at least. But yeah, I've never played a villain before, and you know, I've only done one other cartoon, and that role is definitely not a villain. So to play, you know, this part and play a cat specifically has been really fun. And I don't know, it's brought out like a confidence, I think, as a voice actor in me that you know, hopefully can bring you to that next role, whatever that may be. And I really think this show has done that for me as an actor.
Do you just leave the studio just like standing a little taller,
Yeah.
a little bit of swagger?
You just feel a little bit like, oh, I got this, you know? You feel a little cooler.
Noelle, how does the revelation that Entrapta is still alive affect the princesses?
I think, like, especially for Bo, like, he had this connection with Entrapta. Like, the two of them sort of understood each other. And then to see that she is responsible for the pain that she caused the rebellion through hacking the Black Garnet, attacking Bright Moon, and she might not fully, like, understand that, but, like, to her eyes, like, she's being supported for the first time in her work. Like, she has these amazing new friends. She loves the Fright Zone. She fits in there. And she doesn't really see it from the rebellion's point of view, that she's joined sides with the bad guys. So I think, especially for Bo, it really kind of shakes him to find out what she's been doing. And he's very insecure. Like, he's sort of like, I want to be the best tech master so that we can actually stand up to these inventions from the Horde. How do I do that? Like, she's like so brilliant. So yeah, I think it really, it hits them pretty hard, I think.
And how does Adora deal with that?
I think it's always hard for Adora. I think she's someone who wants to see everything as like, she wants to see the best in people, but she wants everyone to be good. And her idea of what good is sort of skewed by the upbringing that she had. So like to see people kind of like switch sides or not do the things that she thinks that they should want to do, that I think that like sort of freaks her out a little bit. It makes her question her perception of the way things are.
So the princesses are clearly still sort of figuring out how to work best together, strategy-wise and everything. And in this next clip, we're going to see them plot a strategy to overtake a horde fortress. Noelle, what is that like for them?
Oh, well, you know, it's super well planned. It goes exactly according to plan. Everything works out. Yeah.
Well, let's take a look.
Okay, everyone has a figure except Perfuma, who's using her plant, and Mermista, who has that for some reason.
Says the guy with a bag of dolls.
They're war table battle figures!
Okay, so I'm thinking...
Hold on. So far, I have been shot, eaten, and squashed. We're doing my plan, and there will be no death, no dying, just heroic good times. I am Bo, She-Ra's best friend and defender of Etheria. When the evil horde strikes, I strike back.
Ooh, we all get hats.
After I destroy the turrets with my trick arrows, Glimmer teleports us to the tower. There, someone waits in the shadows. Catra.
Fools, I won't let you destroy my perfect plan.
What? This is kind of amazing.
It looks like I've got you meow, evildoer.
I'd pause to reflect on your upcoming death if I were Mew.
I don't know. I'm feline pretty good right now.
Stop. You gotta stop.
Now we're all hoping this plan kills us.
Then prepare to meet your end. Wait, she can do that?
No, but I ran out of figures and only have this left, so she can now. Also, the Horde has dragons, as I did not make enough robots.
That's
great.
That's great. So fun. So now we have the horse version of the cast and the 80s throwback version.
We have a lot of different versions of the cast this season.
Alternate universes. So how do you think you've been able to fit in like throwbacks to the original 80s material? Because in case people didn't know, can you talk a bit about those fantasy costumes?
Yeah. So this episode is all, we kind of see the world through the eyes of different characters. Like Glimmer, like sees the world through this like pink lens where she's this awesome, like super cool, like spy character. And like Frosta thinks she's like an 8-foot tall warrior in ice armor. And like it gets pretty silly. But Bo has like this very classic, like good guy idea of the world. And so as we see through his eyes, it's very similar to the original She-Ra show, which is all about like classic heroes. So yeah, I think it's always really fun for us to incorporate little Easter eggs to the original show. You might be able to find some Lukey's this season. I'm not sure about that, but you should keep your eyes peeled just in case.
Marcus, that's a great mustache, by the way.
Thank you. Trying to grow my own.
So what is with Bo's fascination with miniature figurines?
I think Bo just likes having his friends close to him at all times.
Oh. That's the sweetest possible answer to that.
Even if they are just figures that he's meticulously painted to look like his friends. And Bo is definitely into D&D, and I really enjoy it. I mean, duh, that was an obvious play. So this is one of my favorite episodes. So I'm so hyped for you guys to see it. It was so much fun to record, and just seeing all of our She-Ra cast characters and different aspects of their personalities and how each character sees the world is kind of fun. So.
Lauren, I think Scorpia is actually in charge of that fortress that the princesses are trying to overtake. So what is she dealing with right now?
She just wants so desperately to impress Catra.
Who wouldn't?
Really, that's kind of her main reason to be at this point. Obviously, her love is so pure and so real. And Catra feels it too. She just expresses it differently. No, this is an exciting time for Scorpia. Obviously, she wants to be, you know, given some sort of responsibility, and she takes that very seriously. I think she's probably the most loyal character, I would say. I mean, it's a bold statement. Everybody's very loyal on this show, but she really takes it to the next level. Like, her heart is so just focused on her friendship and being loyal. So really, any opportunity she can take to try and impress Catra, make Catra say something nice to her, even just maybe a quarter smile. Really, that's all she wants.
Hey, Scorpia.
Yeah. Oh, don't toy with her. Don't toy with her.
Don't do it. So there's a lot of pressure on Scorpia, and let's take a look at another clip. Woo!
Move those big weapony things! Flop those banners! Keep doing whatever it is you're doing, guy I'm pointing at. Now do a different thing and look sharp. Force captain's orders. Catra left me in charge. Me! Can you believe it?
No, I really can't.
Me neither. She must really trust me. I can't let her down. Kyle! Man the parapets!
I don't know what those are.
Then find out! Scorpia, you're in charge of the fortress, she said. Even you can't mess this up, she said. Even me. She's thinking about me. Should I get her a thank you gift? What's her favorite color? Kyle, what are you doing?
You said
Go find out Catra's favorite color! Hey, you guys know Catra. What would she like? I need it to be something that says, thank you, but also, we are soulmates tied together by the beautiful threads of fate.
Oh, we should spend less time talking about Catra and more time checking the defenses. The reason we're here.
Okay. You don't need to remind me. My wildcat is counting on me, and I won't let her down. For Catra, I will defend this pass with my very life.
Wrong pass.
Yes, this is the pass I'll defend with my very life. No reason to worry at all.
So AJ, what is Catra's favorite color? No reason.
Red.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense, yeah.
Well, don't tell Scorpia that.
Oh, no.
Oh, God.
We're matching. What's happening here?
Noelle, one thing that I love about Scorpia is that she sort of has this tender heart, but matched with brute strength. How did you sort of pull off that dichotomy in the character?
I mean, she's mostly just like a really big softie with a really hard shell. But like, all she really wants is love. Like, her whole thing is being loyal. And we find out that, you know, like, her motto is brave, loyal, great hugs. And she repeats that to herself as a kind of mantra, you know? Like, this is like, she will do anything for her friends. She doesn't see them as the bad guys, she sees them as her friends. So she'll do anything for them. So like, when we see her at her most villainous, fighting our heroes, she's always doing it out of the love for her friends. So in a way, like, she has a lot in common with the princesses and with their friendship, even if she doesn't see it that way.
You know, I saw the most amazing Scorpia cosplayer on the way in. Have you guys seen any favorite cosplayers? Just like, I had no idea that someone would make a costume of that. Anyone that stood out to you?
We haven't really seen, this is the first time I'm seeing anybody, and it looks really good.
Yeah. Noelle showed me a picture of a gal who had dressed up as Scorpia from Princess Prom, but it was the failed first dress. Yeah, it was awesome. I was like, that literally had 3 seconds of screen time in the episode, and she nailed it.
It's amazing.
So cool.
It blew my mind. It was amazing.
You know, if anyone knows where I can get like a maroon pantsuit, I think I will.
You know what? I'm hoping that those will be available soon to buy. You know, it's like
We all have kind of a text thread going on Instagram and, DMing each other all of these cosplayers that we see. Noelle's been to a convention before, and last time you sent a proposal video of a Catra cosplayer and a Dora cosplayer. It was amazing.
That was really special. We like all shed a tear.
I know. We all
shout out to
reposted
the
it.
engagement.
a lot of heart emojis in that chat.
Well, at 11:30, there's going to be a She-Ra fan
Proposal?
meetup. Yes, if anyone's proposing, that is a perfect time.
Oh my God, I can't wait.
But 11:30 out by the fountain, and especially if you're dressed up, you should come and just propose to someone, I guess.
Do it. It's fun.
What's going on with Shadow Weaver this season?
Boy, you know what? Shadow Weaver, she's one of the most interesting characters to write because I can never tell what she's gonna do next, but she never stops being Shadow Weaver. She never stops scheming. She never stops looking to find a way to the top to get more power and manipulate everyone around her to do that. So she's actually in a really hard spot this season. She has been deposed. Like, she is been removed from her position, and she needs to find a way to get back to a powerful state. Like, she has lost her magic. She's lost everything. And Catra just keeps showing up to rub it in her face whenever possible. But it's like, she never her brain never stops working. So there's a lot of Shadow Weaver to come.
How do her mind games sort of continue to affect Catra?
I think that Shadow Weaver knows that Catra, even though she's putting on this air of being the big bad villain, of being this kind of confident go-getter who's working her way up the ranks of the Horde, Shadow Weaver still knows that at her heart, Catra just wants approval and she wants acceptance. So, and that kind of extends to Shadow Weaver as well. Catra still really wants Shadow Weaver to be impressed with her. And Shadow Weaver's very aware of that. So it's, yeah, it's not great.
If you sell those floor-length black capes, I feel like I'd be in the market for that too.
Oh yeah, with the tendrils?
Yeah,
really
good luck.
Yeah.
So before we get to some announcements and maybe a season 2 trailer premiere, you want to hit us with 2 truths and a lie about season 2?
Okay, all right, I've been thinking about this. Okay, number 1, Adora and Scorpia have a girls' night in. Number 2, Shadow Weaver takes up gardening. Number 3, Bo falls off a cliff.
Oh, well, on that note,
which one is the truth? Are they all the truth? Are they all a lie? Who knows?
That's not the
We'll
rules.
have to watch the season to find out. I can do whatever I want. I'm the showman.
She sure can.
Have you played that game before?
3 lies? It's my favorite game.
My favorite game is Noelle says whatever she wants.
Am I lying about lying? Who knows?
Who knows? So be sure to pick up your free season 2 poster on the way out. And DreamWorks has made even more digital stickers available, which are on the App Store, and you can get them for free today. Download them.
Ooh.
You can also celebrate your favorite princess.
Oh my God, those are so cute.
Wait, one of them says hangry? Oh, that's great.
I'm a hugger. I want that one. Also, be sure to celebrate your favorite princess or member of the Horde's birthday. Guess what zodiac sign Scorpia is? Guys, it's Cancer.
Yeah. Not a Scorpio. Definitely not a Scorpio.
I thought Catra was a Pisces.
She's not.
Ooh, what is Catra?
Oh, she's a Scorpio.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
And remember, 11:30 at the fountain, cosplay fan meetup. Oh my God, these people look amazing. Yeah.
Guys, you cosplayers are so awesome.
I know.
You're the best.
So awesome.
You're so amazing. I can't get over it.
Wow.
You guys rule.
It's incredible.
So we're about to exclusively debut the season 2 trailer to all of you here. After this panel, it's going to be live online at EW.com, so that's where you can tweet it out and share it. But Noelle, will you do the honors? Give us an intro, a drum roll?
Yeah, let's, whoa. Haha. Let's do it. Let's watch the season 2 trailer, everybody.
Woo!
You have shown improvement, but there's still much to do.
We're gaining ground and our armies are growing.
Impressive indeed.
You can't underestimate the Horde.
We'll handle this the way we always do.
Brute strength?
Almost dying?
No! By sticking together and never giving up.
Yeah, best friend quad to the rescue. Because there's 4 of us.
For the She-Ra!
We've got a princess problem.
Get them!
Seriously, how many of you are there?
Too many. Do you know what the definition of failure is?
It's over. You're never going to win.
Oh, that is so classy.
Don't worry, I got this.
She-Ra and the Princesses of Power.
Okay, so it looks like we have just a few quick minutes of fan questions. Keep your questions super short, please. Questions, not comments, one-parters. And yeah, line up so we can get through as many as possible. If you could line up by the mic, that would be great.
Oh. Cute.
Hi. First of all, I love the show. Second of all, this is one of the first DreamWorks shows that has had an LGBTQ-based cast. And it's also one of the first to actually succeed, unlike a certain other show. Is there anything that you guys are allowed to say when it comes to characters' sexuality or their pronoun preference? So we already know at least 3 from what the fandom has been speculating.
This is something where I think it's really important for the show to speak for itself. I want you to be able to see in the show exactly what we intended. And I really do, I think that if you stick with the show, and you'll find the answers to some of your questions there, but I really want the show to stand on its own in that way and to speak for itself. And to have that, it's always important to us. It's at the heart of the show, and you will see it on your screen.
Great question.
My name is John. I have a question for Karen.
Hi.
I was wondering, what is the limit of Glimmer's power? Like, how far can she teleport? Sorry, I'm a little nervous.
Doing great.
You got it. No, I think what Glimmer struggles with most is her, she has to recharge every time her power depletes. So I think when she's at full charge, she can do a lot and she can go great lengths. But I think throughout the seasons, you can see her getting more and more powerful, or not powerful and then powerful again. So it's hard to say distance, like miles, I don't know. But that's a question for Noelle. I don't know. I don't know how far she can travel.
Yeah, Glimmer is a really powerful, like her teleportation is really powerful, but she has like limited spell slots for you D&D nerds out there. And she's not very good at keeping track of it. So that's where like she's getting better, especially when the princesses united. They all like sort of are charging each other up. So she's able to teleport farther and teleport more people with her now. Whereas at the beginning, she could only really teleport herself and like 1 or 2 other people. But yeah, there's still times where she runs out of magic and has to deal without her powers.
And there are a lot of times where she overshoots as well.
Yes. It's not very precise. She can kind of guess. They end up falling out of the sky a lot.
I'm going to try it.
Yeah. It seems fun.
Yeah.
Hi.
Oh.
Hello. First
You're
of
the
all,
first Spinnerella cosplayer I've ever seen. You look so amazing. You look great.
Thank you so much. I have a Natasa over
Are you
there.
the
Oh, Spinnerella?
I am. You look beautiful, darling.
Thank you so much. So my question is, we know Bo loves D&D now, so what classes do you think the princesses would play in a game of D&D?
That's a good question. Okay, I have an answer for this. All right. Adora is a fighter, but as She-Ra, she's a paladin, but she's one of those people who gets like a really fancy set of dice and they roll really badly, but she won't stop using them.
Definitely not.
Yeah, she's like, no, they're special. It was a gift. I have to use them. It's like, just use the plastic ones, man. They roll better. All right, Catra's a rogue. Scorpia, like the tiny type of barbarian with the like ice fist. Bo is like half Trin's bardic inspiration. And Glimmer is definitely a sorcerer. Absolutely.
Good question. Great question. You didn't have that figured out at all.
Oh, I have thought about this a lot. I started playing D&D at the same time that I started like developing this show, so they're kind of interwoven together a little bit. There's some inspiration in there. Hi.
Is there any?
What? Not yet.
Okay.
No.
I will say that Adora's power comes from the sword, and things happen. She has to sort of learn how to do without the power a lot. And in that journey, she finds like the inner strength that she needs to do the thing that she needs to do. Which that's not a cryptic answer. I'm sorry.
The biggest new thing that she has this season is she can transform her sword into different things, which she's still kind of struggling to control. So it turns into like a coffee cup and an umbrella and a flute and useful things.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Hi. So.
You look
sorry.
awesome.
Woohoo! Thank you.
Yes.
So AJ, since I know that you also voiced Stevonnie on Steven Universe, if her and Catra got into a sword fight, who would win?
Oh my God.
Ooh. Whoa.
Wow,
That's a really good question. I think because Stevonnie is so used to working with us, very powerful in her own right, I think that Stevonnie probably nails it with the
I feel
sword.
like Catra's thing is like she would fight dirty.
Find out Catra's favorite color.
Oh, you want to know her favorite color?
Yes.
I mean, I would say it's red. I mean,
She looks great in red.
She looks good in red. I think it fits her. I think that there's this undeniable friendship that's going to happen that she just hasn't realized yet. And it's red on red. It's just
I
it's
forgot about that.
a fine line.
That was a very
complicated thing.
Catra-Scorpia
Yeah, it's
exchange
part of
right
her
there.
love language. She just doesn't know yet. Rage is in there.
And unfortunately, this has to be our last question.
Are we ever gonna see Entrapta's reaction to that statue they made of her?
The princesses this season. I don't want to spoil anything, but yeah, you'll see some.
All right.
Thank you, WonderCon.
Thank
you.
you.
Guys are the best.
Thank you, WonderCon.
We love you.